Coming up, we get propellers. So right here are some nut plates that they have to be dimpled. Also, they're an angle. They're not like these. Now these are on a strip, but these are individual nut plates. If you notice, they're dimpled and the rivets go on each side. On these, this is a right angle part, and they don't make these for dimpled skins anymore. So what we had to do, hang on, let me show you what one looks like. Hold on. Okay, so you can see that this is dimpled here. Well, to put a screw in that skin, that part has to be dimpled. Well, they don't make it anymore. So what we did, we got some regular flat nut plates, and we created spacers that'll go in there and take up that distance so that we can put this skin down and have it be tight. So what we're doing here, in addition to everything else, we're trying to round up all of this stuff. So these two top skins, and then the cell end caps, and some small miscellaneous parts, whatever we can find, that need to have paint on them, so that as soon as we can arrange with the painter and some decent weather, we can get them painted, and then they'll be ready to go. In addition to that, Jan over here is working on, we have 2 electric pumps that's going to supply the small vacuum needs we need for the instrument. In the original configuration, the A26 would have great big vacuum pumps on the back of each engine, but they were also responsible for providing vacuum and air for the defroster boots, which would have been here on the wings. Well, those are no longer here, and none of the plumbing is in the airplane. So rather than waste horsepower on a engine-driven vacuum pump, we're having these done. So Jan's working on a bracket to hold some plumbing, and we'll get this all squared away and then get this done. And the Sparkies are working on some wiring to connect to the front of the airplane. Now there's a bracket that they've got built. Bob's working on some connectors go up here, because so you may recall, as an A26, the noses on these things were interchangeable. You could take off the gun nose, put on a bomb nose. There was even, I think it was a 75 millimeter howitzer that could go on one side of the nose. So anyway, that's about it for today. Be back on Wednesday and see what else we get done. So you might be wondering what we were just doing. Let me turn this around. So there's a tail skid here, and inside the tail skid, hang on a minute, Doug, there's a tie down hook, and it needs 2 more bolts. We just have it in with one for the minute. So we're going to get this all tied down, and then we'll do an inspection in here, make sure we haven't missed anything. And then we'll put the tail cone back on. Okay, we're going to wait until we've inspected the back end of this airplane, and then we'll put the tail coat on. Since we had the tail cone off, I just wanted to highlight this amazing piece of art back here that is the mixer. I call it a spider for all the flying surfaces and the lockup stuff, and how all of this works. It's just amazing technology for 1943, 42, whenever this was designed. But they spent a lot of time thinking about this and collaborating between the different engineers that put all this together. But it is just a beautiful piece. Run the elevators here. So you've got twin cables that go from the cockpit. There's cables for individual cables up and down for both elevators. There's cables on both sides of the rudder. Then you've got these cables here that run the trim in the rudder. There's trim in the elevator, and that's, right up in there. And then there's these things here, which are cable operated, and that's what throws all the locks in for this stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful. Anyway, just had to share. Okay, it's Wednesday morning, and one of the first jobs I need to do is do some fabricating. Hold on. So these are doors that go under the belly, and these are really thick. This was kind of an armor plating that protected the fuel systems and oil lines and stuff that went right under the belly. Well, there's this access door here that would give you access to the oil drain when you're servicing the aircraft. And this one, when we got it, the hinge was destroyed, and this latch is also buggered. I've got a new one. We're going to put that in, but this has a spacer built into it, so I've got to replicate that and drill for a new hinge, and I'll show you how that progress goes. Okay, I got the new hinge made for this door, got the new latch all done, and I need a couple more piano hinges, piano pins, piano wire pins to hold this other door on, and then these 4 doors will be all done, and this will be closed. So pretty excited about that. Got a call yesterday from Precision Propeller in Boise, Idaho, and they informed me that they're delivering propellers today. So we're going to see how that works out. And I'm on my way to pick up Doug, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, took about an hour and the wind was cold, but look at this. We have two ready to go propellers. Now they won't, John hasn't got the prop stand ready for them yet, but he's going to try to get that done tomorrow and we'll get them stored on a rack. But hopefully they won't stay on there very long and they'll be on the airplane. They even have the Hamilton Standard decal. They're just beautiful. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already, please subscribe and share out the video and wait for more exciting adventures in the renovation of an A-26 Invader. Thank you for watching.